Namaste and welcome to Minderly Yoga. My name is Ran. Today's practice is a Vinyasa flow practice focused on strengthening our glutes and our lower back as they provide an important foundation for our day-to-day living. Before we get started, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'll be grateful for a subscription. I upload 2 videos on a weekly basis, once a flow video and once a yin yoga video usually. And your support provides me the motivation to continue doing what I'm doing and share my love of yoga with the rest of the world. Having said that, let's get started. So we'll come into child's pose to begin with, just centering ourselves for a few breaths. Bring the big toes to touch. Knees can be as wide as the mat. And then what we want to do, yogis, is we want to take the hips and sit it onto our heels, and depending on your flexibility, how wide your knees are going to be. And coming down into Balasana, child's pose, resting the forehead on the mat. And just taking a few deep breaths here. Just doing a gentle body scan, simply noticing how the body is feeling. Another 2 breaths here. And then slowly coming back up into all fours. Given that we are focusing on our hips, on our lower back and our glutes today, well, hips will be slightly involved anyway. I'm just warming up the glutes a little bit. So from here, take your left leg, lift it off the mat. And then we're going to do pulses for a few rounds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then return the left foot down, left knee down. And then take the right foot, right leg, and raise it up and do pulses for a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then come back to all fours. A bit of spine balancing here. So going into bird dog, taking the left leg, lifting it off the mat, square the hips, let the toes point to the floor. Take the right hand towards the front. And hold here for 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring the right elbow to the left knee, round the upper back. Hold here for 3, 2, 1, and come into an extension again, please. This time, bend your left knee, grab hold of the left foot with the right hand. And then open the right shoulder to the side. Gaze down on the floor. One more breath here. And this time, yogis, right hand comes down, left knee comes down. Fantastic. A few fire hydrants to wake up the glutes a little bit further. So take your left knee and take it to the side of the room like a dog peeing on a tree, and come back to center. 3 more times here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, center. 2 more. In, out. In, out. Fantastic. And then come back to all fours. And then let's lift the right leg off the mat, square the hips, toes point to the floor, left hand extends towards the front. Hold here for 3, 2, 1, and then bring the left elbow to the right knee or close enough. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Come into an extension. Bring the left hand down, bend the right knee, grab hold of the right foot with the left hand, and then begin to open the left shoulder to the side of the room. 1 more breath here. And then coming back down, bring the hands down, bring the knees down. And a few fire hydrants on this side. So lift the right knee to the right side of the room. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 2 more. In, out. In, out. And coming back to center. From here, tuck your toes. And doing a few rounds of cat-cows today with our toes tucked. Notice how the lower back feels when we do this. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the upper back, chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Come back to center, please. Walk your hands 1 palm length forward. Tuck the toes. Transition to down dog. And then pressing the finger knuckles into the mat. Spreading the fingers out wide. And then pushing your chest towards your thighs. Now begin to walk your feet all the way to your hands. Come into forward fold. Bring a generous bend in the knees. Right fingertips to the earth. Right knee bends. Left knee straightens. Left hand to the sky. 1 breath here. Bring the left hand down. Bend the left knee. Straighten the right leg, please. Take the right hand to the sky. 1 more breath here. Bring the right hand down. Inhale, halfway lift. Glide your hands up your shin. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, reach it. Hands go towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center as we come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Step back to high plank. From here, let's flow. High to low plank, chaturanga. Hold chaturanga for 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog. Let's come into downward facing dog. On the next inhale, we want to take the right leg to the sky. On the exhale, step it through between your hands. Turn the back foot at 90 degrees and then rise up into warrior 2. As the hands go in opposite directions, gaze straight ahead. Use your core to keep you lifted and keep the right knee above the right ankle. 1 more breath here. And now we're going to straighten the front knee on the inhale. On the exhale, triangle. Right hand down, left hand to the sky. But today, take your right hand, place the fingertips behind the right foot. If the hand reaches the floor, that is. And then look towards the left hand if it's okay for the neck. 1 more breath here. From here, come back up. And then we're going to sit in goddess pose. Heels in, toes out. And bend your elbows. Palms will face the side of the room. So we want to engage our hands as well. So make it super strong in your hands as well. 1 more breath here. On the inhale, rise. Straighten the knees. Feet parallel to each other. Hands go to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Soften the elbows as you begin to lower your head towards the ground. 1 more breath here. On the inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips on the mat, flat back. On the exhale, walk your hands around. All toes face the front. We're going to arrive in a high lunge as the hands go towards the sky. And once again, like we did in Warrior 2 Yogis, right knee above the right ankle. And what we're going to do in high lunge is we're going to really draw the core in, draw the ribs in, and lift and reach with our hands so that the core is working as well. Now sweep the hands back as we begin to transition into leaning forward. The forehead is going to be above the toes. So I'm going to adjust my back foot, bring it in slightly to have more balance. And I'm actively drawing my lower belly away from the inner thigh. 1 more breath here. Bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, fill up. On the exhale, come into a twist, yogis. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. And then straighten the back knee as much as you can. Press that left heel into an imaginary wall behind you. 1 more breath here. Let's come back to center. Hands frame the right foot. We're going to let the left leg fly. Come into standing splits or splits pose. Square the hips. Toes point to the floor. Don't worry about the height of the leg. I see all sorts of shapes. I see legs here. I see here. I see all the way up to the sky, which I don't think I can ever do. 1 more breath here. Return the left foot to the back of the mat. Step back to high plank. And then let's flow. Chaturanga. Up upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Amazing, well done yogis. That's awesome. On the next inhale, we'll take the left leg to the sky. On the exhale, step it through between your hands. Turn the right foot at 90 degrees and then windmill your arms into warrior two. So again, you want the left knee above the left ankle, hands go in opposite directions, and then the right foot is at 90 degrees. Let the tailbone descend towards the floor. We don't want to curve in our lower back. One more breath here. And on the inhale, straighten the front knee. On the exhale, triangle. Left hand down, right hand to the sky. Now once again yogis, if you have the reach, take your left fingertips and place it on the floor behind your left leg. Now this is a lot more harder for me on this side. So obviously my right side is a bit more stiffer. One more breath here. And then from here, coming up and sitting in goddess pose. Heels in, toes up, cactus arms as we call it in Australia. You might occasionally find me rubbing my nose in this video. It's springtime here, lots of allergies and hay fever as we call it here. One more breath here. On the inhale, rise, take your hands to the sky. On the exhale, hinge forward from your hips as you begin to fold down. Now wrists are below the shoulders and then begin to soften the elbows so you can lower your head further towards the ground. One more breath here. On the inhale, halfway lift, fingertips on the ear, chest parallel to the floor. On the exhale, walk your hands around. All toes are going to face the front. Left knee above the left ankle. Rise up into high lunge. I nearly fell over there. Sometimes it's hard to talk and practice yoga at the same time. That's fine. Let's draw the ribs in. Draw the lower belly in. I've tried doing a voiceover over the videos. It doesn't really work for me. One more breath here. Now let's sweep the hands back. Come into arrowhead or modified Dekasana or modified high lunge. Same pose, known with many names around the world. Forehead above the toes. Bring a sense of balance and equanimity to your body. One more breath here. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, we are twisting here. Right elbow on the outside of the left leg. So with the back knee, you want to make sure the back knee is as straight and engaged as possible. I want to press that right heel into the imaginary wall behind us. One more breath here, please. Come back to center. Place your hands down. Transition to standing splits or splits pose. So the head is hanging heavy. We're looking towards the back of the mat and the hips are square with the right toes pointing to the air. One more breath here. And return the right foot to the back of the mat this time. Hands frame the left foot. We're going to step back into high plank. And let's flow from here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. We got one more part to our sequence. So let's take a child's pose for a few breaths. Bring the big toes to touch. Knees can be as wide as the mat. And let's come back up into down dog. On the inhale, right leg to the sky. On the exhale, step the right foot through between your hands. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Let's go into half monkey stretch or half splits. Left knee above the left knee below the left hip. And you'll be in a ghost in a horror movie if the knee was above the hip and in the floor. One more breath here. Return the right foot to the mat. Let's begin to rise up into low lunge as the hands go towards the sky. Amazing. Take a close twist, yogis. Left hand forward, right hand back. We look to the right hand side. Fingers spread out wide as the palms face the right hand side. One more breath here. Come back to center. Fingertips frame the right foot. Now yogis, carefully listen to this transition. Pick the left knee off the mat. Step forward into forward fold. Come to rise, bring the hands to heart center. Bring the right foot with you. Hold on to the inside of the right foot with the right hand or the outside, whichever. Left hand goes to the sky. Index finger touches the thumb. Lean forward into dancer's pose. Also known as Natarajasana in Sanskrit. And try and keep the knees like in line with each other, like as if they're right next to each other. Don't let the hip take the right knee out. One more breath. Now yogis, from here we're going to release the foot. Step it to the back of the mat. Hands frame the left foot. Step back, high plank. And then let's flow from here. One more breath. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Drop the back knee down and tap the toes. And then begin to bring the right hip above the right knee. And maybe the palms or the fingertips on the floor. You might be using blocks at home, that's fine as well. I tend to use blocks sometimes just to give myself some extra height. Especially the days where I'm just taking a little bit easy. One more breath. Return the left foot to the mat. And we want to take our hands to the sky. Come into low lunge. Drawing the ribs in and then engaging the upper ribs as we lift and reach. One breath here. That's my allergy technique. And then close twist. Or like we like to say, revolve twist. Or just a twist. One more breath here. Let's come back to center. And then from here, again we're going to dancer's pose this time. Step your right foot next to the left, come into forward fold. Bring the hands to heart center, come to rise. And then bend the right knee, grab hold of the right foot, inside the right foot, the right hand. Left hand goes up and then begin to reach forward. One more breath here. Now yogis, again let go of the right leg, step it to the back of the mat, hands frame the left foot. Last flow for the practice, take it or leave it. Chaturanga, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Come into all fours and then transition into a seat with our legs long on the mat. So just a little bit of cool down before we wrap it up and transition to Shavasana. So legs are long, zip your legs together, zip your ankles together. Let the hands reach up to the sky on the inhale. On the exhale, fold forward. Now hands may end up out to the outer edges of the feet. That's too easy. Place a block in front of the feet and grab hold of the block. Some of my students are super flexible. As you can see, I'm not. But that's okay. I'm doing alright. As far as I'm practicing yoga, I am happy. I'm in a happy place. One more breath. And then slowly coming up. Let's take your left ankle, cross it over the right knee. Right hand wraps around the left knee as we turn to the left. And then if you like to go deeper in your twist, start looking towards the back of the room. Your chin is kind of close to the left shoulder. Two more breaths here. Come back to center, please. Let's extend the left leg. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Left hand wraps around. Right hand goes back. Gaze towards the back of the room. Come back to center. Leg goes long on the mat. Let's come to lie down. And set up for bridge pose or Setu Bandhasana. We're going to bring the feet on the mat as the knees point towards the sky. So if you can brush the back of your heels with your fingertips. Hands by your side. On the next inhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis forward and up as we engage our glutes and then lift the hips towards the sky. We're going to hold here for 5 breaths. 4, really squeeze your glutes. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come all the way down. Let's extend the right leg. And then hug the left knee into the chest. From here we're going to take the right hand. Right hand guides the left knee into the right hand side. Left hand comes up. Gaze can be over the left shoulder or towards the ceiling. Come back to center. And then let's swap. Bring the right knee to the chest. Left leg long. Left hand guides the right knee to the left hand side. Right hand comes up. Gaze over the right shoulder or towards the ceiling. Coming back to center as we hug both knees into the chest. And let the feet find the corners of the mat. As the hands come to rest by your side. Palms face the ceiling. I will wake you up when it's time. So Shavasana is very important to lie down and rest in the end. So we can integrate all our learnings into our mind. Things we learned about our body, about our mind, and anything else that we may have absorbed during the practice. Rest. Making gentle movements with the fingers and your toes as life comes back to the body. And then rolling over to your favorite side. Maybe you will use your arm as a cushion under your hip. And then slowly propping yourself up into a seat. Bring the hands together to heart center. Thumbs press against the sternum. One soft inhale. One soft exhale. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. Hope you're feeling refreshed and recharged and ready to tackle whatever is ahead of you. Wherever you're in the world today, have a great morning, amazing afternoon, or an awesome night. I will see you soon on the mat. Namaste.